Nearly half of Tucson Unified students will be headed back to classrooms soon for the first time since the pandemic hit. Some teachers are all ready to return to class.
Others are not, and that includes substitute teachers. What can students expect at least the first week back? Tonight, an answer from the superintendent on staffing levels.
Most classrooms have been dark for about a year. Tucson Unified has remained remote only for nearly all students, but all that changes March 22nd. Thousands of TUSD students are returning to the classrooms. Question is, who will be teaching them?
Right now, we're pretty much fully staffed. When I say fully staffed, that doesn't mean we don't have teaching vacancies. As most of you know, we have to cover teaching vacancies with subs, usually long-term subs.
Like Dolores De Vera, she's worked consistently for the district since 2012, including this school year. But this next quarter is now up in the air.
I find teaching with all of this is too difficult, then I'm probably not going to do it.
And there's no way to know, she says, until she's back in the classroom.
If kids are defying the rules, and if I find that having to clean up in between classes is just too stressful, I may take a break.
She's not alone in that line of thinking, the need to take a break or concerned about COVID safety. District records show a few dozen recent substitute resignations, as well as efforts to fill the slots.
They told us that the fill rate was around 70%. That means 3 out of 10 times they cannot fill it. They were up to in the 90s before the pandemic.
De Vera is also worried substitutes may not have received all the necessary training.
How to teach on Zoom. We had some training, but it wasn't just those very basics of how to teach on Zoom. So I've actually run some training classes for some of my friends. If the district's not going to do that, I think that's going to, cause a shortage.
A shortage of substitutes, teachers, and even support staff is a concern for the district. Trujillo says there's no way to know right now if there'll be enough staff to run a particular school or classroom.
Well, we went through that with the walkout, right? So, I guess if you wanted a nuclear example, we have a real-time example from recent history.
When huge swaths of staff, he says, left for an extended period of time.
If we don't have the adult supervision necessary to secure the learning space, which is the classroom or anywhere else on the campus, closure is your only option. And that's effectively what happened with Red for Ed. We had to close.
And other southern Arizona districts reported closing schools during the pandemic because they didn't have enough staff to run them. We'll keep you updated on any developments.